In this highly controversial and meticulously researched techno-thriller, Michael Crichton targets the intersection of global politics, mass media, and environmental science. The plot follows Peter Evans, a tech-savvy lawyer representing an ultra-wealthy philanthropist who pours millions into an environmental organization called the National Environmental Resource Fund, NERF. Evans's perspective shifts radically when he crosses paths with John Kenner, a brilliant and exceptionally capable secret agent and MIT professor investigating a rogue eco-terrorist cell. This extremist group is planning to orchestrate a series of catastrophic engineered natural disasters, including a simulated glacial collapse in Antarctica, an artificially induced tsunami, and a triggered flash flood to shock the public and manipulate global environmental policy during a major climate conference. The narrative functions as an intense exploration of the politico-scientific conspiracy and manufactured terror archetypes. Crichton extensively leverages the eco-terrorism trope, turning the traditional thriller structure on its head by casting environmental extremists as the central villains. The book explores what Crichton labels the PLM Alliance, Politico-Legal-Media Complex, a systemic dynamic where institutions collaborate to maintain a continuous state of fear in society, ensuring public compliance and funding through perpetual crisis narratives. Crichton's signature writing style is deeply clinical, data-heavy, and structured like an academic dissertation wrapped in a fast-paced action movie. Uniquely for a work of fiction, the novel features actual graphs, footnotes, and an extensive bibliography to challenge mainstream consensus on climate modeling. The pacing is a global hopscotch, darting from the high-tech offices of Beverly Hills to the lethal crevasses of Antarctica, the remote outback of Australia, and the dense jungles of Peru. The book tackles provocative themes such as the weaponization of science for political gain, the psychological necessity of fear in modern societies, and the fallibility of computerized predictive models. It poses a fundamental question. When science becomes entirely dependent on institutional funding, can it remain truly objective? As Kenner and Evans race to dismantle the eco-terrorist specialized machinery before the global summit, the stakes transcend a typical race against time to become an ideological battle over scientific truth. The dramatic global backdrops serve as high-stakes arenas where the villains attempt to bend nature to their political will. The narrative tension is constantly reinforced by intellectual skepticism as Kenner continually delivers data-laden lectures mid-crisis, forcing Evans and the reader to dismantle his own preconceived biases while dodging real bullets. By the final act, State of Fear delivers an explosive and thought-provoking conclusion that includes an author's commentary outlining Crichton's personal views on environmental stewardship. If you love high-concept scientific thrillers that dare to challenge mainstream social paradigms, think authors like Dan Brown, James Rollins, or Richard R. Clarke, this intellectual powder keg is an essential, gripping experience.